Welcome to Just a Conversation with Anjali and Somi. While today's guest does not need an introduction, and we can guarantee you will be blown away by how many talents this person holds. He's not just beautiful, he is amazing. He's not beautiful, just skin deep. He's a social activist working daily to make this world a better place. He's using his voice for many who are screaming yet remain unheard. He's a brilliant performer in many genres. Above all, he's loving, kind, and a good human being who has dedicated his years to bring joy to all around him and lift those who he witnesses falling. A rare person we are honored to have on Just a Conversation. Let's welcome Sushant Digvikar. Sushant, I mean, no matter how much I praise you, you and your beautiful voice, it's not enough. And we cannot open this show without listening to your gorgeous, gorgeous voice. Would you like to sing for our audience? Anything for your choice.
Uh, first of all, First of all, thank you so much for having me, and it's an absolute pleasure to be here for Somi, for you, Anjali, and for the wonderful work that y'all are doing. And it's so required in today's day and age to kind of speak about communities, sub communities that are marginalized and are without, it's not our choice that we're not included in the mainstream. So I'm so happy that you all have taken this this platform and using it so beautifully. So thank you, first of all. And you all look lovely. Hello, I thought, I was just going to be like, okay, honey, am I too am I overdoing it? And I'm just like, look at you all, you look stunning. What is this glow up? This glow up is amazing.
You are true diva. And it is
thank you. And I would love to.
It is absolute honor to have you on Just a Conversation, Sushant. It's our pleasure.
Thank you. And no, it's my pleasure completely. But tell me, which language you want me to sing in? Do you want me to sing in English or Hindi or what?
Hindi. Do it.
Hindi?
Yeah.
Okay. नहीं 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 ये बातें हैं पुरानी हो कैसी पहेली है ये कैसी पहेली जिंदगानी हो थामा हारों का इसको किसने था ये तो बहता पानी हो कैसी पहेली है ये कैसी पहेली जिंदगानी ला 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 zoo 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 पीले से इसमें नशा जिसने पिया वो गम में भी हंसा.
Wow. This is what we call mesmerizing. I'm completely lost. Oh my God, you are so talented. Your voice is like mesmerizing. I lost all my questions, everything. I'm just lost in your gorgeous voice.
Thank you.
Okay, so tell me, how did you discover this phenomenal talent? Do you remember that specific moment when you realized that you could do this?
Yes, I do actually, very fondly. I was in the bathroom, and I was just humming to Whitney Houston's "I Will Always Love You," and it was playing on my phone. I remember I was about 15 years old, and back then we didn't have iPods and stuff like that. So I was just listening to it, and I tried to hit the note, the and I will always love you. That one. But I was I was singing the song in my baritone voice, which is my speaking voice, right? And then I just tried to hit it in the falsetto because I couldn't reach it in my baritone voice. And I realized I could, and I was like, wow. But also I was very scared, to sing in public like that, because I was scared as to how people will perceive me. Will it be safe for me to be comfortably portraying my gender expression and my androgyny and my gender fluidity. And I was a little worried, of course, because I was only 15. And but then, the next week, or I mean maybe 2 weeks later, my father took me to a karaoke club with my aunt and my cousin from New York. And we wanted to show them around Bandra and stuff. So we went there and I sang a song, and it was an Aretha Franklin song. It was called Natural Woman. And everybody was like, who's singing this song? And then they see me, and I was like this timid 15-year-old shy boy. And they were like, I can't believe it. As soon as I sang the first line, looking out for a morning, I forget the lyrics, but that line. And then they all were like, my God. And then I was so happy that, people accepted the way I was. And of course, I hadn't come out of the closet then, but that's the first time I realized that I could sing, and I really could sing.
Wow, amazing.
Did you take any professional training for your this beautiful singing? Because I can tell that your singing is very professional, and your tone, your pitch, high notes, low notes, everything is on point. So did you take any training?
No, I have never taken
Are
training,
you
in fact.
kidding me?
No, I haven't. Because also I realized that because I have this special talent, is that I have to train myself, because only I know how to train this voice and 4 octaves. So a lot of times, like people have maybe maximum 2 octaves, or can only sing in 1 octave. But I have 4 octaves, a 4 octave range. So I can go from like really, when marimba rhythm starts to play, dance with me, make me sway. And then it goes like, na 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 na. So it goes like through that. That is the. So I couldn't get trained by anybody, because I realized that probably they might not do justice.
You're right. And I'm amazed how you change your voices from female to male. That's incredible. Amazing.
Thank you.
Absolutely magical. But I'm so intrigued with you overall, with your being, your existence. I'm so in awe of you. But I want to know about your makeup. So was that trial and error? Did you learn? How did you? Yeah, fabulous, stunning, so gorgeous. Tell me, how did you learn to do this? Did you go to a makeup school? How did you do this?
It's all self-taught, because I've spent so much time with myself, and I have realized that, the one person that I'll be spending, regardless of whether I find someone else to love or, to love me, the one person I'm going to spend the maximum time is with myself. So I have really worked around kind of creating that for myself, and it's all self-taught. I have, of course, it has been trial and a lot of errors to get here. But yeah, I think that's life, right? Life is trial and error.
Sushant, I'm coming to get makeup training from you.
I was going to say, if I come to India, you're totally doing my makeup.
Done, honey.
Okay, awesome.
So Sushant, would you like to perform for concerts or stage show, of course, pre-COVID? Or if you like to perform on stage, what would be that? Like singing, dancing?
I always say that I'm an eclectic performer. I don't close myself from anything. So I've dabbled in acting, singing, dancing, martial arts, stand-up comedy, everything. I think that as an artist, you have the freedom to do whatever you want and foray into whatever you feel that you're good at, and there's nobody stopping you. So I've seen a lot of people go like, they're of course wonderful actresses, but they also have a phenomenal voice, but they're just like, maybe we should just stick to acting, because if we start singing, then people will be like, oh, but she ye sab kuch karna chahti hai, and there is nothing wrong. Agar sab kuch kar sakti hai, to kyun nahi karegi?
If you
And
have
I
talent,
think that
why not?
exactly, and I think that, you have just one life. You can't be thinking on stage. It's a full package.
Full package.
Amazing.
That's the
Amazing.
word.
Absolutely. Like Anjali and I are complete full packages. Okay.
Yes.
So, so walk us through a day in Sushant's life. Is every day different? Do you have a specific routine that you must follow? And whether it being, I have to drink chai or coffee in the morning, I have to work out in the morning. Walk us through a day.
I have to work out, you know, because um, I mean, I just have to. I think it's just become part of my muscle memory. Just like you wake up in the morning and brush your teeth, it's like workout is like that for me. And then definitely I chant a lot. You can see I chant a lot, in fact, and I that keeps me, you know, going, and it keeps me centered.
Right.
And of course, then other than that, of course, there's I can't do without my chai. Cannot do.
Yep.
I'm not
Yep.
a coffee person. I can't do without my chai. I have to have my chai at a certain time. In fact, I was getting my nails done today and I had to have my chai. Like I had to take a break from my nails and I like, listen, give me a minute, give me 10 minutes. Let me have my chai and my cookies. That's definitely done. But then of course, you know, when you're shooting or, you know, when you're performing and stuff, things might go, but like I try and work out and get my trainer to come wherever I am, and he's very sweet, so he comes also wherever I call him. So I'm lucky to have wonderful people around me.
So what goes on is every day different pertaining to work?
Yes, it is because you know, as I said that, you know, I am booked in the capacity of a singer, as a model, as a drag queen, as a drag artist, as a dancer, as an influencer on social media. So there's a lot of things that happen, and you know, so every day is definitely different.
Got it. Got it.
Awesome. And Sushant, I can't live without my chai. So I can completely
Yeah.
resonate.
Oh, yes, of course, I can't.
Yeah, that's the first thing in the morning I want. So, Sushant, if we ask your friends to describe you in one word, what do you think they would say?
Well, I hope for their own safety and benefit, I hope they say something nice. I'll throw my heel or something at them otherwise. I'll be like, bitch, better make it sexy. Sexy, I think. Or I think confident.
Right. Right.
Authentic. I don't know. Authentic. I think I'm just so myself. I don't have to like be anybody else. And I don't care about what people, oh my God, this is too much makeup. This is why is she wearing a boa? And I'm like, I felt like wearing it. It's my body, it's my face. Let me do what I want to do, you know? So, I mean, but I have wonderful friends. So they'll probably, you know, say something nice. I hope.
I would call you multi-talented for sure.
Yeah.
Well,
So,
I
well,
made you my little brother, so I'm gonna call you fabulous. That's
thank you.
perfect word for you. Perfect
I
word.
think this whole trio is fabulous. Like, look at the three of us. Look at the screen right now. It's
Ah,
Beautiful.
fabulous in caps.
yes.
I love it. I love it. Okay, so let's get into a little bit of more of a serious discussion. So tell me about your life growing up in India as a member of the LGBTQ community. Tell us about what it was like for you.
So it's never easy. It's never easy anywhere.
Right.
Let me tell you, whether you're in India or whether you're in Pakistan or whether you're in United States, you're in UK, it's tough growing up queer anywhere.
Of course.
And I think it was not any different for me. It was quite difficult because I didn't have anybody to look up to. I didn't have good reference points. We had not normalized orientation, gender orientation, expression. We had not normalized even communication, even dialogues around these things and subjects, which are very pertinent and very important to discuss, because if you don't teach a child diversity when they're young, they will find it very difficult to adhere to the real world, which has gone, you know, you see, and we are the, let me tell you, India is the land of diversity.
Right.
So I really feel very upset when people make such avid remarks and absolutely unnecessary comments and ridiculous statements against the LGBT community, because we have been, we are a very integral part of our culture. And India is known for their art and culture abroad. India is not known for economic policies. I mean, at one point, we were the richest country in the world. We accounted for 29% of the world's GDP. But
Right.
today that's not the case. But today we are known for our hospitality, our culture, our art, our performing arts, and all of those things. So why are we so afraid of giving the due credit to the community that has been at the forefront of the creative arts? LGBT people have always been part of the culture, and when people say that homosexuality is not part of our culture and our, I'm like, what culture are you talking about? It's there in our it's there in our scriptures. It's there in our mythology. There are traces in temples. There are traces everywhere in the kings and queens palaces. You had the royal eunuchs who used to be the people that used to actually counsel the kings.
Right.
So they had such high positions. But after the Britishers came in, and they are supposed to be blamed, and I keep saying this again and reiterating, you have to re-articulate all these things because people need to know this. When the Britishers came, it was their narrow-minded laws that they created, and they subjugated us too. It was not our mindset. We were very open before that. When the Britishers came, they divided us not only on the basis of religion and caste, but they also divided us on the basis of gender, orientation. And that is the reason why today you will see even today in India, you will see my transgender sisters who will be begging on the road. They don't want to do that. They want to be productive members of society. They want to learn, they want to study, they want to be productive. They have ambitions. They also have dreams. We all have. But it's nipped in the bud because we're not allowed to study, because we're not educated. Then we don't get jobs. Because we don't get jobs, how are we supposed to sustain ourselves? So we have to beg. And that is a vicious circle we need to break.
Right.
And there are very few of us that have managed to sort of live our reality. But what about the ones that can't? Are you going to pressurize them? Every life is important. Each and every life, regardless of gender, orientation, religion, color, shape, size, doesn't matter. Every life is important. And who has given anyone the right to decide that I am less human than you?
Absolutely.
It's very unfortunate, but I think we need to bring India's cultural glory back and remind people that we are the most celebrated when it comes to diversity and inclusion. So don't go by what the Britishers left us with, because look at the condition their country is in today.
Also, having said that, with the diversity that you're mentioning, it's highly hypocritical for people to feel in that manner. And, we're approaching 2021. I think it's about effing time that we love everyone for who they are.
Exactly. When I came out.
Yeah, go ahead.
So when I came out to my father, I was a little scared because he asked me. I didn't come out to him. He asked me, "Are you gay?" And I said, "Yes." I was scared because I didn't want to lie, and I didn't want to hide that lie with 100 other lies. So I said yes. And he said that, you know what, it doesn't matter because you're not my gay child or my straight child. You're my child.
My child.
End of discussion.
I love
Sushant, I'm so proud of you and your father for, speaking up, taking stand for LGBT community and, speaking for your sisters.
Yes. Brothers, sisters, siblings, everyone, because I think, we are also within the community also. We are so, sometimes we also don't address, sometimes we also misgender our brothers and sisters and siblings. We are also learning. It's not like we are all, fairies that fart rainbows and all the time. Even we have some shortcomings, and we are also working. We are all work in progress, all of us.
For eternity.
And I think that
you learn till the time you're gone from this world. You learn every day. That's how you evolve. Exactly. Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing that with us.
Yeah. Age doesn't matter. No matter how old we grow, but every day we evolve and we learn. So that's something amazing. Yes. So Sushant, like you said about your father, when you told your father and he was happy and proud of you, how about your friends? Do they have any, how would they judge you? Would they judge you on your sexual preference, and how would they react? How did they react when you told them about your sexual preferences?
So when I came out, when I was in junior college, which is high school, you all call it.
Right.
So yeah, I was about 17, nearly 18 years old. So I was just out of, junior college. and I was just about to get into college. And that's when I came out to my friends. And some of my friends were just like, yeah, but you don't need to be Einstein to tell you're gay, and it doesn't matter to us. It really doesn't matter. We are your friends because we love Sushant. Now, whether Sushant is gay, straight, transgender, this doesn't matter to us. And imagine a 17, 18-year-old children saying these things. Today, when I look back, I'm blessed. I'm blessed. And I get emotional
It's okay.
every
It's
time.
okay. We
Okay.
all get
Yeah,
emotional. Trust me, it's fine.
yeah.
Yeah, think
Because,
about the stuff, you cannot ruin it.
yeah. And, I had this best friend who I came out to first, and her name was Jui, and she died. The following year she died, and after her 18th birthday. And she was the first one, and I had planned the entire coming out story to her, and she was like, don't worry, I'll be there, I'll handle your parents, it's fine, it's who you are. And she had given me one band. I have removed it today, but I usually every day I wear it, and it said BFF. So
Oh,
So sorry to
sorry.
hear
I'm
that.
sorry for your loss.
yeah. And no, but the thing is that because she was like a middle class, average girl, and she just made me feel like that I was worth it.
Absolutely.
You are,
So
You're
you are.
more than worth it. Absolutely.
yeah, so I think that I was just blessed that I had friends and I had a peer group that was so supportive, and they didn't care about my gender, they didn't care about my orientation. They just said that we are here if you need us. And I hope that there are more children that have this support from their peers, from their families, from their friends, because we all need it. We all need that little push. We
We
all
need
need
it.
that shoulder.
We need it irrespective of who we are. We always need someone, a support system, irrespective to who we are, whether it's our sexual orientation or whether we're suffering from depression or we're having a bad day. So we need that support system. Absolutely. And I'm so happy to hear that your friends are so amazing and so loving, and you're one of the lucky ones. And I'm so happy to hear
Yes.
that.
And
So
look at you,
Yeah.
Sushant. You are achiever. You are achiever. You recently won award for India's top 25 influencers. So you have come a long way for sure. Proud of you.
Yes.
So I know
Thank you. Thank you.
this might be redundant because we discussed it earlier in the questions, but what is the status of gay rights in India in totality today?
So as I said, the community has always been part of the social fabric.
Okay.
Now, after the colonial rule started, that is when things started going all haywire. But unfortunately, till today, people have that mindset that this is against the law of nature. What is the law of nature? We are the land of Kama Sutra, for God's sake. We make sex look like it's such a big deal, and you don't want to talk about sex and gender orientation. You don't want to talk about fellatio. You don't want to talk about all of these, the foreplay. But we are the land of Kama Sutra. Sex is a bodily need,
Of course.
just like so why are we so scared of speaking about it? Definitely, you have to also acknowledge that there are people who are asexual.
Right.
Okay, there are
Right.
people who are, yes, but at the same time, why is it so archaic to talk about? Why do we consider it so boisterous to talk about sex? It's a natural act, and you don't decide two people that want to sleep with each other. Nobody decides that, as long as they're not minor, and you're not it's as long as there is consent between two people, and as long as they're not minors, then you have the right to you have the right to choose your partner.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And speaking of Kama Sutra, damn good positions, by the way. Damn good.
Honey, tell me about it. And so that is the thing. So we need to also re-look, and we need to revisit what our ancestors left us with and what have we done with it.
Yeah.
So yes, definitely it might not be something that you may understand. There is nothing to understand. You can respect people from a distance. I don't want to sit on any heterosexual homophobic man's lap and expect him to accept me. I don't have the time for it. I won't even look at that person twice.
Right.
But my thing is, every homophobic man thinks that every homosexual person is out there to attack them. This is also the reason, because I'll tell you why this is the case, and this needs to be said. It is also massively, one must blame the media and how they have portrayed characters that are queer characters, LGBT characters in movies, in TV, in the public eye, in public domain. They have reduced us to a laughing stock.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. There's a very good documentary on that on Netflix. I forget the name, but that was the whole emphasis and the premise of that documentary. I'll send you the name. It's phenomenal.
Yes,
It's
absolutely.
really
I'd love to watch it. And also, the problem is now, today, you'll see that a lot of people are now evolving with their scripts.
right.
The scripts have changed. They're making an effort, but what they're doing wrong is that, when it's a transgender's role, there is a trans person. Definitely, a woman can play a trans person, a man can play a trans person can play a woman. That is why that person is an artist. Artist is supposed to be molded according to the character given to them.
Right.
Now, what has happened is that, whenever there is a call for a transgender person's role, the casting directors tell the trans people, no, but I think you look too trans to play this trans character. Who says this? What, are you living under a rock? You're
Exactly.
telling a transgender person that they look too trans to play a trans character.
That's pity.
It makes no sense. Look at Brokeback Mountain. I mean,
Yeah,
straight guys playing a couple madly in love with each other. So
yeah, and that's the power of art. It transcends gender, it transcends orientation, it transcends boundaries. And then you have people like this. So how are we going to be represented in the mainstream if they are going to compartmentalize into things as into things? There are no scripts. I'll be honest with you. I would love, of course, I will definitely go down in history for being whatever I am. But I'm not going to stop there, and I'm not going to like rest on my laurels that I've achieved in my 20s and not continue to look further and go above and beyond what I've already achieved. Why can't I aim to get a Grammy one day? Why can't I aim to get a national award from India? I deserve it.
absolutely, and you will get it. You will get it. Mark
You
You
will
know,
my
get it, Sushant. That day is not far.
you will get it.
so I think that it's very essential that we talk about stuff. When we're we're put on a pedestal so that we represent the voices of the people that don't have the opportunity to voice their opinion. That's the reason why you're a public figure. Otherwise, if you wanted to do stuff for yourself, you could have done it from. I could have continued singing in my bathroom.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. I agree.
So
I agree.
Sushant, do you know of any individual or you look up to who are actively talking about LGBTQ community, including you, of course?
well, in India, you mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
anywhere in the world.
Okay, so and specifically from India, I will tell you, and then also from all around the world. Let me start with Ashok Rao Kavi. Ashok Rao Kavi was the first gentleman to come out on national television as gay, and in India, and he spoke openly about gay rights. He's one of the main forces why the gay movement actually started. Then you have Lakshmi Narayan Tripathi, who is a transgender activist. She's the first Indian woman to be the chair at the United Nations for Asia Pacific,
Wow.
for the Asia Pacific region. Then I would like to also I would like to commend the efforts of Harish Iyer, Sonal Giani, Pallav Patankar, Sridhar Rangayan, who has created Asia's largest South South Asia's largest queer film festival
Wow.
in India. And there are multiple countries that give their, in fact, even, we have a lot of entries from the United States, and we have from all over, and so I've had the privilege of hosting that, the film festival for 4 times in a row. And and it's a lovely feeling. And then of course there are people like Shobna Kumar, who has been one of the integral parts of creating the queer azadi movement, and a very strong voice for the lesbian LBT women, lesbian, bisexual, transgender women. And there's Abhina Ahid. There are so many that I look up to, because these are the reason, these are the people. I always tell this to the younger generation, my generation, and even younger than me. I'm a millennial. Now there is something called Generation Z. So now, of course, अभी मैं कह I was telling my mother, अभी तो alphabets ही खत्म हो गए, अभी Z भी हो गया, अब क्या बोलेंगे ये? So the thing is that, the ones who are going to come after us, I want to tell them that, you have to give credit. You might not personally accept everything, or political ideologies may be different. You might agree to disagree on a lot of things, but you have to give credit to everyone that has come before you, each and every person that has come before you. So in the film fraternity, I would really like to put, hats off to Onir, the director, Onir. And he was the first person, one of the first Indian directors, filmmakers to come out openly and speak about homosexuality, even through his films. My Brother Nikhil, he made, which was, he's a national award winner. And really, really thankful to him. Wendell Rodrigues, may his soul rest in peace. We lost him. And he was a Padma Shri awardee, and one of the finest designers, fashion designers in our country, Ritu Parno Ghosh, who is an absolute icon, and we lost him as well. It's sad, but we need to talk about these people that have been champions in a time in the 80s and the 90s, then when we were not even born, and they were already fighting the good fight.
Absolutely.
So I think that it's very important that we take a moment and celebrate. They are the real heroes.
So Sushant, can you connect us to these people? Because I would love to have them on our show.
Absolutely.
I don't know them because I've been away I told you, since 1999. So I don't know these individuals, but Anjali and I would love to have them on our show.
It will be on.
Absolutely.
Okay.
No, and you must. In fact, I will pass on the numbers to you, and you'll love them. They're so amazing. In fact, you must even also talk to Parmesh Shahani, who is the head of Godrej, the India Culture Lab at the Godrej Industries.
Okay.
Awesome.
I'm gonna request you to send me their info, please.
Yes, and also you must note down. So I'll just give you the names before I forget. Zainab Patel is the first transgender woman to lead the inclusion and diversity department of a Fortune 500. I think it's a big 5 company.
Wow.
Sushant, you said Zainab Patel. Is it Z?
Yes.
Okay, Zainab Patel.
Okay, so moving on. Do you see a time where gay marriage will be legal in India? Do you anticipate that?
Well, I think let's be hopeful,
right.
But let's not get a. See, this is the problem: is that we have to come together collectively as a community and fight for our rights. Now, within the community, you often see in any community, even women. Let's be honest. You see a lot of women trying to break down other women.
Of course, they're catty and they're cruel and mean and jealous, and that's what Anjali and I always say. We have to uplift each other. We have to support one another, not be jealous of one another.
Exactly, and I absolutely agree. And this is the reason why we have to come together with few past, present, future generations have to come together, and not only the LGBT community. I think even our allies like you. Like the two of you. You all are heterosexual, cisgendered women, and you all believe in equal rights.
Well,
so you don't have to be gay.
I told you, let me interject. If I had an opportunity with J-Lo, so I might, take that on.
Love it. Yes. Well, now then, you never know, honey. You're always welcome to the Pride Parade.
You never know.
You're always welcome to dress up. I'll dress you up.
Yay! Yay!
Yes, girl. So, we need to come together and see, and you don't need to be gay, or you don't need to be transgender. You don't need to be of, from a certain community to help that community, to uplift and empower.
And that's
I don't have to be.
That's what I
I'm not a biological.
You know, that's why I started the first GSSA, Gay Straight Student Alliance Club, in my college when I spoke with you on the phone. And people were
Yes.
like, why? And I was like, why not? We need to
Yeah.
support the people that need our voice. We need to be the voice of those people. And then, of course, how do you know that I'm not attracted to women? You don't know. So screw you.
Yeah.
Break those
So
barriers, gender barriers. I really like that video, Sushant, on your profile. Break isms, gayisms, like all
yes,
isms. We need to break those barriers. We need to break genderism. We need to break them. We need to break those stereotypes and speak for each other instead of judging everyone on the basis of their sexual preferences.
Absolutely.
We all are human at
absolutely.
the end of the day.
Absolutely.
Were you bullied as a child, Sushant, or even as an adult?
Well, I think that, when you're queer and when you're confident, people try and put you down.
Right.
They can try, but it's not guaranteed that they will succeed. Especially when there is someone that is a force like me, you have to be on another level to piss me off, because I'm extremely calm. As I told you, I chant so much, and you can see like everything around me is positive, it's colorful, it is, because I don't want people's energies to destroy mine. I
Right.
don't like that aura. So yes, there are people who try and break me from everywhere. And in all my 30 years, there have been people in my workplace, there have been people in, and from the entertainment fraternity that, touts as being very inclusive, there have been people on set that have called me nasty things. Not only me, they've in fact even questioned my parents' upbringing. And I just turn around and say that, there's a reason why you're on that side of the camera, and you should do your job and start the camera, because I'm going to give my shot.
Love it.
Love
Love
it, Sushant.
Yeah.
You are
You
such
should be reminded as to why you're getting paid. You're not getting paid to pass a judgment on me. You're getting paid to handle that damn camera. So just get behind it and start working.
Exactly.
So, you have to be that lioness. And I had to be it. I had to develop that muscle. I've trained that part of me to not give a fuck anymore, because I'm being booked for my talent. I'm not being booked for your judgment.
Exactly. Exactly. And
And
who
I will,
cares what you say? Who cares? Who gives a shit? You're not paying my bills. Go to hell.
exactly.
Who
yeah.
cares?
Exactly, absolutely. And I think that, every sphere of life, especially, as women, y'all have, y'all will be able to tell that we are always considered lesser than
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and not capable of. So that's the same thing with us. So my thing is, that's the reason why, the feminism and the LGBT movement have a lot in common, because we've both been oppressed for far too many years. And I think that that's the reason why we vibe like this, because as sisters, as siblings, because we know what we have gone through.
Of
We know
course.
that there are certain things that if we talk, people will tremble, they will not be able to handle our truth. We know that. And but we are not going to be in the closet anymore. We're going to come out and talk about it. And
Yes.
that's the reason why I go out there and talk about each and every person that has said whatever about me, and I slap it in their face that if a Forbes and if the New York Times and if gay magazines all around the world, including your Vogue and your GQ and your Cosmopolitan and Grazia and Maxim, everyone has covered me. So there is a reason that you need to get in line and understand that this homophobia and bigotry is not going to work in 2020. It's not going to do it.
But
So it's
you brought up a very valid point, because we've come a long way, but we're still so far behind. And for Anjali and for myself, being women, we're still struggling with equal pay. We're still struggling with the glass ceiling. There's so many
exactly.
issues. So it's a very valid point that we all have this battle to fight. You could be heterosexual and you have a battle to fight. People are bullied in all realms of life. It's not
Absolutely.
just
Everyone,
right.
everyone is tagged, everyone is labeled, everyone, a woman walks into a thing, and she's just gotten a divorce, but they'll be like, but Arishi just got a divorce. So what do you want her to do? Sit in a corner and cry? But
Yeah.
whereas a man, they will throw a party for him. So my thing is that is toxic masculinity, where, you kind of think that, you can do anything and get away with it. And I think that has to stop. And, we are the agents of change. I always call myself that. I don't call myself a superhero. I just call myself an agent of change. And I think that we need to put our stories out there.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. I call you a superhero, by the way. So, so now that it's Act 377 has been overturned in India. So, Shant, what are there any open gay clubs, LGBTQ clubs?
Of course.
Yes,
Girl.
Oh my
Yes.
God, a lot has changed in 21 years. I love it. I love it.
Honey, of course, I headline most of the shows. And I definitely have to give props to Mr. Keshav Suri, who is the owner of the Lalit Group, the Lalit Hospitality Group. He's the one who introduced drag as a performance art in India.
Wow.
We would love
And
to
he's
have
the
him
one.
on our show.
Oh my God, he is an absolute delight. He's my drag mother.
Oh my God. So would he be open to coming on our show?
I mean, definitely, you must ask him. I will also tell him. But oh my God, and he is one of the major reasons as to why Section 377 was repealed, because he also was one of the petitioners. He petitioned against Section 377.
Wow.
And, of course, there were a lot of other petitioners. There were a lot of parents of queer children. There were a lot of foundations like NAS Foundation, Humsafar Trust, and all of them. So, but Keshav Suri put a very valid point. He said, I am into the hospitality business. Now, if you're going to portray India as a homophobic country, we're losing a lot of business. But not only me, if I don't do business, I don't pay enough taxes, and that is affecting the country's GDP. You are cutting off all that money due to tourism. People who are queer and want to visit India will think 10 times, not knowing that India is actually not bad. India is fantastic when it comes to gay rights now, but we've had a very archaic law, but we've never been, we're not as bad as, for example, say Russia. Okay, we're not as bad as some of the Islamic countries. We're not as bad as them in terms of LGBT rights. We've had definitely, because of being, as a function of being a Commonwealth country, we have the right, we have the laws that they imposed on us. But now we've thrown that. We are like, take it away. There was a movement in the freedom movement where we said, Simon, go back.
Yes, yes.
And now we have thrown that 377 also. Now 377 also go back. So we've thrown it. It's
Good.
out of our country, darling.
Good. Fuck them. Fuck them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sushant, we should have you again and have a round table with all those people and have an open discussion, open panel discussion on LGBT community.
Phenomenal idea.
Absolutely.
Phenomenal. Kick-ass idea.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Sushant, do you ever feel that you are not getting what you are deserving, you deserve just because of your sexual orientation?
I used to feel that. I used to feel it because as an artist, I used to be like, why is this person getting it when I auditioned and I know I'm better? It's not me boasting. I'm not conceited. I'm just convinced.
I love it. I'm going to use that from now on. I love it. I'm stealing it.
And yeah. And I was just like, why is this average, mediocre vocalist getting all this work? And then I realized that I can't host myself a pity party because the only attendee is going to be me.
Yeah.
So I said, I'm going to put myself out there. I'm going to put myself so much out there that people will take notice. They will have no option other than to take notice. So I put myself in for 14 years. I started working when I was 16 years old and I'm 30. For 14 years, I have been running pillar to post, trying to, just create a change. And I'm not saying don't give me stuff. I don't want mercy. I don't want to, feel like, I'm feeding off of somebody's charity. I don't want charity. I want what I'm worth. And I think that it's not very difficult to give me that. And
as humans,
which means
we all just want love. We want to be loved. We want to be loved for who we are. It's a simple.
Absolutely.
That's all that.
And in the process, if I win a couple of 100 awards, I'm fine.
I concur. I'm with you on that one. Okay, so
Yes.
tell me this. Do you see yourself getting married someday? Is there a special someone in your life? And if yes, come to America and we're going to have a fabulous wedding for you.
Well, now that we've already put it out there, I'm just going to say that I'm very single and I'm very, very ready to mingle.
As am I.
Yeah. So, if we are going to host the wedding in the States, then I don't mind somebody from there, like my, cis het doppelganger that I call her. Priyanka Chopra
I
found
have
somebody.
someone in mind for you already. So
You have
as,
any
Oh,
as
preference,
soon as
Sushant?
COVID is done, come over here, honey. I got your back. I got you.
I'm coming with my suitcases and my jewels.
You have a home here, always.
I I love you. Thank you so much. But we must do this. We must try and kind of find me a nice boy now.
I
Man,
have one. I already have a couple in mind for you. Very
great,
hot,
Got you
very
fantastic.
hot.
covered, Sushant. You just have to pack your bags and come here.
Definitely. I'm just gonna come and just like not leave only. Then you'll be like, babe, now it's time to go. And I'm like, nahi,
No.
pehle दूल्हा कहाँ है? दूल्हा कहाँ है?
अरे
Where
मैं
is the
ला रही
husband?
हूँ रिश्ता तुम्हारे लिए. तुम आ जाओ.
Yeah.
Swayamvar. We'll do a Swayamvar there.
Remember, yes.
Oh,
जितने भी
amazing.
सुशांत तुम्हारे क्रशेस है ना, हम सबको लाइन में लगा देंगे.
Huh.
So Sushant, you live in a city. So what about the rural areas? Do you think people still speak on LGBTQ community or in the rural areas?
This is a very lovely question, in fact, because every time we say something or we do something, we completely neglect the fact that essentially India is a rural country.
Yeah.
We are only 30% metropolitan, 70% we are rural. So why aren't we concentrating on that 70% population? Not only when it comes to LGBT, let me tell you, Anjali, it is very, very sad to see that women are not given equal opportunities. Now times are changing. Let me tell you, times are changing. We have to give credit to the educational system, but yes, it's moving at a very slow pace, but there is change. You have to give it to them. We have to give them credit where it's due.
Right.
So they are making changes. They are trying to kind of educate people through media. They're now we have the OTT platform, we have the digital space. So
Right.
that has created a lot of change all around the country. But definitely there is a lot of intersectionalities within the community. Nobody talks about Dalit rights. Nobody talks about the intersectionality, whether for example someone is Muslim and gay, and then people are not talking about these things. And I think that we need to talk about intersectionalities. Caste system is still prevalent, and how much ever we say that it's not, you will see in all pockets, small pockets, you will see. And I think it's our duty, if we have been born in this body in a demographic that allows us to be privileged, then we must take that privilege to help other people, not sit on our ass like this.
Right.
Right.
So
Absolutely.
definitely we must take that opportunity. And this is the reason why I started doing television, because I said that that's the only way I can reach to people, a mass audience,
Yes.
and just tell them that you're not alone. You're not alone. I felt alone in a city like Mumbai, which is one of the biggest cities and the financial capital of India. I felt alone. And I thought I'm probably the only gay person while I was growing up. I thought everything, I'm abnormal because people used to talk like that around me.
Yeah.
So just imagine a child in a village, in a smaller town, what that child must be going through. You have to just understand, where is the compassion? Where is the empathy? We talk about so many things. We talk about all of these things. Why do you think that the teenage suicides and all of them are at their peak?
Absolutely.
Because we don't want to talk about mental health. We don't want to talk about gender orientation. We don't want to talk about pertinent issues that are the root cause. You are okay to lose a life just because they are queer? It's crazy to me. It's just, I feel, I get goosebumps thinking about how people can be so inhumane.
It's despicable. And I don't remember if I mentioned this to you, but we had a young man who was 27 in Delhi, and his parents found out that he was gay, and he reached out to No More Tears, and we flew him. They were going to murder him that very night. We got him a plane ticket, we flew him and saved his life, and now he's married, very happy. He's a real estate agent, and he's a monthly donor. And I'm so proud of
Wow.
No More Tears that we were able to save this 27-year-old man who was about to be murdered for being himself, and just because he wanted to love someone. It's appalling and despicable. Absolutely despicable. It's just
Absolutely.
a long way to go.
But you know, on long way to go. And on the other hand, you will still find like there are a lot of MNCs, there are a lot of corporates, there are a lot of film people, there are a lot of politicians, there are a lot of people from all walks of life that are actually also supportive.
Right.
You have to give them credit for it.
Well,
You know, you have people.
There's a balance.
There is a balance, but the thing is that I think that it is a little skewed in terms of the people that are not informed or misinformed are slightly higher, and the people that choose to inform themselves or choose to educate themselves, it's a little lower. So I think it has to be on the same plane, and then this has to slowly go higher.
Right.
People who are empathetic and compassionate, that ratio has to go higher.
Right.
You know,
that's why, Sushant, we need more open conversations like that, and to create that balance and educate more people.
100%.
right. Absolutely.
100%.
Absolutely.
So what is your message, Sushant, for a young girl or a young boy that is not only, because our viewers are national and international, what is your message that someone who's lost and stuck and is probably on the verge of killing themselves, because that happens a lot even in America, because the conservatives are ignorant and they're not educated about gay rights and about the LGBTQ community. What message would you give to our youth?
I would just like to tell them that they are not alone, and please, please ask for help. If you are going through a tough time, ask for help, and there are a lot of people out there that will come to help you. You are not alone, and you are important, you are loved, and whoever is watching this or whoever watches this, I want to tell them through this, and I'm just coming closer to the camera so that you see me right in the eye, and understand that you are loved, you are important, and you matter. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. And we are there. We are very accessible on social media. There are a lot of health organizations. I have lost too many people to lose anymore.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm not going to cry because I'm very vain when it comes to my makeup, but that was beautiful. That was really, really beautiful. Thank you. Thank you for saying that. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sushant. Last but not least, Sushant, where do you see yourself from 10 years from now? Or do you have list of things that you still want to accomplish?
Of course. I want in those 10 years, at least, if one a year, if we take it as an average of one a year, then at least 10 Grammys. I want to, sing for the world. I want my voice to reach, like, I want this to sort of be a revolution and be like, because India has never had a queer pop star, and I think I'm ready for it. Where's my crown?
You're going to get it very soon, and you should also consider doing a documentary or a short film on gay rights.
Absolutely. It's in the pipeline, and I am discussing it. But we should get on a call and discuss it. If we can do it, that will be great, because we can show like a cross sort of cultural, sort of standpoint and a point of view, which will, adhere not only to the times, but also kind of show the variation and diversity and the difference in both cultures, and also the similarities. So I think that will be very good.
I have some contacts that we can work this out. We'll have a conversation about it going forward.
And
that would be lovely. So, and of course, I want to just take this opportunity to say that my first debut single as an independent musician, Diamond, is out live now, and it has been released, and it has been featured by Vogue. It has been featured by the Times of India, Hindustan Times, and very many publication houses. So please go and watch Diamond on my YouTube channel, and please subscribe because I'm new to YouTube. I've been on Instagram for a while, but I have just created my YouTube channel, and I'm going to put out a lot more content which speaks about empowerment, which speaks about inclusion, diversity, and oneness, unity.
Well, you
So
already
through
have
my art.
subscribers today. Done.
Diamond is already in all our social media stories, Sushant, and we wish you nothing but all the best. And
Thank you.
strong message to our viewers: go and follow Sushant on YouTube right now.
Also,
Thank
I'm
you.
lining up the boys for you, the hot studs. So start packing.
Okay, all right.
It was so awesome to have you. You rock. You're my chota bhai. Call me Somi Didi. And I can't wait to meet you. Anjali can't wait to meet you. It was our privilege and honor to have you on.
Absolute pleasure talking to you, Sushant. Thank you so much for
Oh,
coming to Just a Conversation and having this wonderful, wonderful, meaningful conversation. Absolute
It's
privilege.
my pleasure completely. And I'm so happy, Somi, that we must give credit to Sonu for introducing the two of us.
Oh, Sonu Bilani. Yes, my
So,
bachpan ki dost. Yes.
yes, and you know, I would have never you know, gotten to talk to you and meet also Anjali and create this beautiful you know, lovely relationship that I hope to, you know, continue. And I hope I can help in whatever way you require, and I'm always there. You all should know that. And in
Thank you
case
for
you
being
need
so
anything
humble.
from me.
And we will stay
No,
really
no.
good.
Sushant, and we will look forward to many more conversations like that. It's just the beginning
Thank you.
of the relationship.
Yeah, send
Thank
me
you.
those
And Merry Christmas to
Merry
everyone.
Christmas. Happy New Year. Yes, yes, absolutely. We're getting
Yeah.
drunk like mad women. We're- All right, love you. You're awesome. And let's get us connected to those people and let's do another show with them.
Yes.
Let's do that. Let's
All
do
right.
that. Thank you so much for having me, Anjali. Lots of love. Mwah. And Somi, I love you. I love
I
you.
love you too. And we'll talk. We'll talk.
We will. We
All
will.
right. Take care.
Keep in touch, Sushant. Take care.
Have a good night. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.